my mental health channel. You got this, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own personal experiences as a former patient of almost 20 years having borderline personality disorder. I talk about schizophrenia, bipolar, narcissism a lot, post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety attacks, panic attacks, therapies, therapists, and a plethora of other mental health issues. But I only come on as a former patient. I'm not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, and I cannot give you a professional opinion. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. One thing, though, I have to tell you, please be kind in the comments. Be respectful. Be kind to me. Be kind to other people who comment. We don't have to agree on everything, but we do need to agree to be kind. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button there. And please give it a like, too. Now, today, I'm going to talk about, it's kind of like a general topic today about mental illness and the stigma around mental illness. Now, I'm not going to go into any specific personality disorder or mental illness or anything like that. In my personal opinion, everyone is dealing with something, all right? Even the people who appear like they got it all together, right? They don't, okay? I think at some point in everyone's life, all right? And you can't quote me on this because I'm not a professional. This is my personal opinion. I'm not going to throw statistics at you. But I really believe at some point in every single person's life, they've dealt with mental illness one way or another. Whether it was anxiety, whether it was depression, whatever it was, okay? At some point in everyone's life, they've dealt with it. And I know I can probably be quoted on this one. If they haven't dealt with it personally, which I think they have, they know someone who has, okay? So mental illness is as common as cancer, heart disease, in my opinion, all right? Maybe even more prevalent than those. But my whole channel, the whole purpose of doing this channel is to change people's attitudes about it. Why? Because when I grew up, it was a stigma, okay? If you were seeing a psychologist, you don't ever, first of all, you never tell people you're seeing a psychologist, all right? Because they think you're crazy, all right? Never do that. Most people didn't go to therapy because they would be stigmatized. So they carried whatever they were carrying, that monkey on their back, they carried that because they were too afraid that they would be stigmatized and labeled if they ever tried to get help. If that was put on the insurance, okay, that they were seeing a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and everyone, they wouldn't be hired for a job because they weren't mentally stable. I mean, it was a label. Even if they didn't label you schizophrenic or borderline personality disorder or whatever, it was still, if you're seeing a therapist, that was the attitude back then, not now. Thank God for that. Now it's perfectly normal. Now, I don't know any person who hasn't gone into therapy. Oh my goodness. I really don't. Yeah, former friends, lovers, people now don't think it's anything. Oh, I can't see you at 2 because I'm going to therapy at that time. People think nothing of saying that because now it's normalized, thank God. Wanting, physical health is equally as important as mental health. But back when I was growing up, see, the whole point why I want to bring this to people's attention is because it was so stigmatized. I didn't know until I was almost 40, that my father was schizophrenic, because my mother never used that term schizophrenic. No one ever used that. They said, your father's not right. He's crazy. I didn't know my mother was narcissistic. Never even heard. I didn't even know what narcissistic meant till I was over 40. Never even knew what the word meant, let alone that my mother was narcissistic. So I was always kept in the dark. I was like the child in the closet, all right? Kept in the dark about everything. And that's not right, you know? That's why I come on here and publicly, you know, tell the world. And I put these videos out all over the internet, you know, for everyone to see. I put my YouTube links out all over the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, the LinkedIn. I mean, everywhere. So everyone knows I have borderline personality disorder. My father had paranoid schizophrenia. My mother was a narcissist, you know. My son has permanent traumatic brain injury. Everyone knows I was doing pornography. In fact, there is a video out me of there is a pornographic I can't talk today. There's a pornographic video out of me on the internet still. I did not put that video up. I have nothing to do with that video. I didn't put it up. I don't know how to take it down because I don't know what site it is. I don't even know. I forget the name of the site, and I'm not going to tell you. If you find it, you find it, but I'm not going to, you know, tell you where to find it, okay, or what to type to find it. I know what to type to find it because someone told me. And you know what? I don't care. I'm not making a penny off it. Let me just tell you that. I'm not making any money off that video being up there, but it's with chocolate syrup. I'll let you know that. It's me with chocolate, me covered in chocolate syrup with no clothes on. But I'm not making a penny off of it, okay? But no one can, like, try to, you know, intimidate me about it because I don't care, you know? I don't care. I come out here and I tell you the way it is. I'm 100% transparent with you. I tell you what I've done in my past. People mention that, you know, I have nude pictures in a book, Looking for Mr. GoodShrink. Sorry. The camera's wobbly. Okay, yes, I do have nude pictures in that book. I wrote that book like, I don't know, maybe over 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even longer. I'm not going to go and edit out the pictures or take out the pictures. First of all, it would screw up the whole Word document. You have no idea unless you do, unless you self-published a book, that when you take out a page or something, it screws up your whole book. I'm not going to go into the detail about that, but it would take a lot of fixing, and then I'd have to fix the index, and it would be a lot of work, and not worth it. It's not worth it for me to take out old nude pictures of myself in old books. These are old books. I don't put nude pictures of me out anymore. I haven't since, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I'm not counting when. You know, it's got to be at least 4 or 5 years ago. I wrote these books a long time ago. There's nude pictures. I know they're in there. You know, I'm warning people so they're not shocked or they don't buy a book and they're offended that those pictures are in there. Because I put them in there back when I was doing pornography. Yes, I did give them to Psychologists back, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago when I was doing that. I did do that, okay? I did it. I admitted I did it. I'm not proud that I did it. That was my past. I'm just warning people they're still there. I told you that it would be a lot of work to take them out, and I really have no desire to take them out because it's a book I've written many years ago, okay? I want to leave it intact the way it was, okay? That was then. That was me then. It's like taking out all my pregnancy pictures when I was a blimp, 200 pounds, and my stomach was, no kidding, you wouldn't even recognize me in the pictures. My stomach was literally out to here. My son was 9.5 pounds, okay? I was 200 pounds. It's like taking those pictures out because I don't want people to see me being fat. No, that's how I was. That's what I did. That's what, okay? I'm not ashamed of it, okay? I'm not proud of it, but that was my past, okay? Emphasis on past This is who I am now. This is my present. I don't do that anymore, okay? No one can come and blackmail me and say, hey, I got this video of you from back in 2020. I'll say, yeah. Oh, well, I'm going to put it all over the internet and share it with all my friends. I say, go right ahead, honey. I don't give a damn. So what I'm trying to say is, you can say what you want or have your opinions or, everyone's going to have opinions, of course. Everyone is judgmental, of course. I don't give a shit. All right? I'm coming on. It's my channel. I'm telling you, how I am now, how I was then. And it's like night and day. I'm a different person. It's like night and day. But the whole point of it is just to wipe away the stigma of, if you had a mental illness. I was not hospitalized, but I was never on any drugs either. Never. I've never taken any drugs. I mean, I haven't even tried pot. I have not, I have never taken any drugs that were for mental illness. Let's put it this way. I was on clomiphene for fertility. All right. So that's a drug. But I never taken, two things I can say to you and look you in the face, and these are the truths. I've never once taken any recreational drugs. I haven't even tried pot. Number two, I've never taken any mental illness drugs for depression, anxiety, whatever. Okay. Have I taken other drugs? Sure. That were written a subscription for like antibiotics for pneumonia, or, clomiphene when I was going through infertility because I couldn't ovulate. Things like that, yes. But I've never taken two things. I've never taken any recreational drugs, and I've never taken any drugs for mental illness. So, and I've never been hospitalized for mental illness. But I'm not putting people down who have. I'm just saying that is not, I haven't, But that doesn't mean anything. Everyone should own their truth. Okay? Everyone should come on. I think no different of them than me. There's no difference in us, There's none. There isn't. So I just want to wipe away that stigma, that it's okay to say I have depression. It's okay to say I'm going to therapy. It's okay to say that if you were hospitalized, if you went to McLean, my dad went to McLean. I come on here and I tell you my dad has been in McLean Hospital many, many times. My dad has had mental breakdowns, So I'm not ashamed to say it, And you shouldn't be ashamed to say your truth. If you, like I said, everyone has dealt with mental illness, like everyone has dealt with cancer, right? There's nothing to be ashamed of. We have to get rid of the stigma. That's the whole point of me doing this channel. We just need to, wipe that out, that stigma out. So many people are judgmental, Everyone judges. They judge. Everything you do today, is under a microscope. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You must be this way. You're not right in the head. Well, I don't. You know what? If you think I'm crazy, boom, boom, ain't it great to be crazy? Boom, boom, ain't it great to be crazy?